And welcome back again to the live chat on the 7-spot stand at the Newark Kit Car Festival. And I'm really pleased to say with us, we've got somebody you've probably met before, who is Richard from MacG Racing. So welcome, Richard.
Thank you.
Now, MacG Racing are here with a car which, if you look at a little bit of a distance, you would go, it's an Ultima. But when you get up close, it's actually called a Taranis. So can you tell us a little bit more about it, Richard?
Yes, the car started out as an Ultima that we built from scratch. And then when we started racing it, we put our own chassis in it. So it was rechristened the Taranis, which is the Celtic god of thunder and lightning. With a 7-litre V8 engine, it gives you plenty of thunder. And you get a bit of lightning out the back with the exhaust having no catalyst converters in.
So is it actually still street legal?
No, certainly not. No.
Yeah, I thought the local highways agency might have something to say about that if you were spitting flames out the back. So what race series do you enter that car into?
We run it in the British Endurance Championship, or we did run it in the British Endurance Championship, but it was retired at the end of last year. So we were racing against the GT3 cars from the major manufacturers.
Okay, and do you have much success there?
Yes, we got a lot of podiums and upset quite a lot of people who have paid a great deal of money for their GT3 cars.
That is something as a kit car enthusiast, we love to see that we go along and annoy the mainstream people, especially the ones that have spent a lot of money. So I certainly tip my cap to you on that one. So GT3 cars, we're talking the Porsches probably quite a lot, and a few other makes there as well.
Yeah, there's a good variety of cars. There's the Ferraris, Aston Martins, McLarens, even an Aston Martin Vulcan racing against us, which is currently a £2.6 million car. And a lot of professional drivers.
So if you're going to take scalps, you might as well take big ones, and you've certainly done that.
Yes, my son Johnny has designed, built and races the car, so he has to take the credit for that.
So outside of the Taranis, MacG Racing, you provide quite a lot of components. If somebody wants to go track-wise, particularly, or fast road with their car, You've got quite a box of goodies you can offer, haven't you?
Yes, we have. Because of the success we've had with the car, we've got quite a lot of upgrades, particularly for Ultimas, but also for any other high-performance or track car. And we get a lot of customers coming into us. And off the back of that, we have an online shop at which we sell a large number of different components. We're the European agents for Albin's transmissions. We're the main UK agent for braid wheels, and we do a wide range of shock absorbers and other upgrades.
And I believe from a Facebook page I saw, you managed to slide these braid wheels into something coming up a bit Hollywood style soon, I believe.
Yes, there was a photograph published recently of a famous Hollywood star standing in the pits, and right beside him was a big pile of braid wheel boxes, which was very nice for us.
And this is, for those of you who have seen bits and pieces on social media, this is the new Formula One film with Brad Pitt in. And they were filming at Silverstone, I believe, which is where these boxes appeared. So that was like real Class 1 product placement.
Yes, I don't think that'll do us any harm at all.
As used by Brad Pitt is not a line I thought I was going to use today.
Understandably.
So what about for people more in the sort of the mainstream of the kit car? You mentioned Ultima and so on, but if somebody's got something like, I don't know, a Cobra, or maybe we've got quite a lot of stuff that's MX-5 based, are you able to offer anything for those guys?
Yeah, we get a lot of people coming in with a wide range of cars. We've got a Radical in at the moment, a Radical Pro Sport. We get a lot of the sort of Caterham type cars coming in. We've got an MK of our own, and we do upgrades for all sorts of cars like that. Not only transmissions, but we do lightweight batteries and chassis modifications and so on and so forth.
So when someone comes through the door with, say, a Lotus 7 style Caterham car, what's the most popular thing that they ask for?
I think getting the setup right is the main thing. A lot of the cars are built by people who don't always know what they're doing, and somebody else buys it and finds it doesn't perform the way they expected it to. So they bring it to us and we untangle the problems and hopefully give them back a car that's going to be competitive.
And that's interesting, because I come from a kart racing background, and you'd often see people throwing money at their car, replacing the brakes, tyres, wheels, and so on. But actually getting that core setup of the car correct and get everything pointing and angled in the right direction is so important, isn't it?
Yes, I think getting the camber and the toe in and the tyre pressures correct and getting the weight distribution right and all those sort of things are important. And very often people leave our workshop and can't believe the difference it's made to a car which they thought was pretty good in the first place.
Especially when the knee-jerk reaction is to go and buy lots of shiny goodies and bolt them on to make the car better. Just go back to fundamentals, get it right, and then work from there.
Yeah, I think that's very good advice. And if you get the basics right, then that's maybe the time then to start spending money on the more elaborate things.
So apart from that, if someone's coming in the door, say, I'm trying to find a good example, with something more at the higher performance end, say something like a Cobra or something in that area, what sort of thing would you recommend over and above getting the setup correct? Where's the best area to spend your money?
Well, the first thing is to decide what the customer actually wants to do with the car. Some of them are used for road use only. Some of them are fast road use and track days. Others are competing in actual race series. So the first thing is to decide what the customer really wants, and then to look at the limitations of the car. And every car obviously is different. Some need upgraded brakes, or maybe they have that already, but don't have the handling. And so we look at every aspect of the car, advise on what we think is the right course of action, maybe on a phased basis, so they can start spending a limited amount of money and then build up from there. But it depends entirely on the car and the driver and their ambitions.
Is there almost a bit of counselling? I'm not sure it's quite the right word, but people come in with a fixed idea of, I'm going to make my car better, I need to bolt this on. But you have to go back to that question and say, well, what are you actually trying to achieve, rather than just picking the shiniest bit you're seeing and bolting it on? It won't necessarily fix all your problems.
There's certainly a certain amount of ambition by people that hasn't been thought through properly. And we do have to advise people what we think is the best thing for them to do. And generally speaking, people are very receptive. Occasionally somebody has an idea they want to stick to, and if that's what they want to do, then they're the customer. But generally speaking, they're very receptive to advice.
Brilliant. Well, I think that's been really informative, actually, because I say, we're repeating ourselves a little bit, but just take a step back, set your car up properly, and then start adding the trinkets on is absolutely, 100% the right way to go if you want to get the best out of your car.
Yeah, if the car is set up properly in the first place, then you can diagnose exactly what the next best thing is for it. If it's not set up in the first place, then obviously you're not working from a proper base.
I think that's very sound advice there from Richard, and I'd like to thank him very much for joining us on the stand. And we'll put the MacG Racing link below so you can click through and find out more about their products. But in the meantime, thank you very much, Richard.
Thank you. You're welcome.
And hopefully you've enjoyed this interview and it's given you a little bit of knowledge. And if it has, we really appreciate a like and subscribe for the 7 Spot YouTube channel.